ABC News reporter Jonathan Karl has a new book out called Tired of Winning. And in the book, he obviously has a lot of revelations about Donald Trump. But one of the more serious revelations in the book actually comes from a former top Trump administration official who remains nameless. But according to Jonathan Karl, this individual is not someone that has come out and attacked Donald Trump publicly in the past. So it's not John Bolton. It's not Kelly, former chief of staff. It's not anybody that we've heard from. This is an individual who has kept their mouth shut, as Karl explains, for fear of retribution and attacks from Donald Trump and his followers. But this former official that worked for Donald Trump, as Karl explains in the book, said that Donald Trump was both a traitor to the United States and a threat, a clear and present danger to democracy itself. Here is what Karl said. This is from the book, from the official. He lacks any shred of human decency, humility, or caring. He is morally bankrupt, breathtakingly dishonest, lethally incompetent, and stunningly ignorant of virtually anything related to governing, history, geography, human events, or world affairs. He is a traitor and a malignancy in our nation and represents a clear and present danger to our democracy and the rule of law. Ouch. That is quite a scathing critique from an individual who worked for Donald Trump for several years, okay? Years. This person served in that administration having these horrific thoughts about their boss. And I assume, like many people that stayed within the Trump administration, even though they hated him and thought he was an idiot, they probably stayed because, hey, as long as I'm here, I can prevent worse things from happening. Right? We heard that story all the time when Donald Trump was president. Like, these people hate it there. They hate him. They think he's crazy and dangerous, but they stay in that position so that they can stop some of his worst impulses from becoming a reality and harming the United States. You know, I don't know how effective that is. I don't know how effective it is for individuals like this to not speak out while it's happening. Because, you know, this kind of information seems like it's probably pretty vital for the American electorate to know about, but it is what it is. These people sit there, they don't say anything when they have the chance to say something, and it's out of fear. I mean, listen to this. This is what Jonathan Karl said in an interview with MSNBC, you know, talking about this quote from this official. He said, "The people that are sounding the alarm loudest about what a second Trump term would mean are those who are closest to him." Maybe we ought to listen to those people, right? The people that have spent time with him, the people that have heard the things that you and I couldn't even imagine hearing from Donald Trump. We only know what's public. We don't know about 90% of the things Donald Trump was saying behind closed doors while he was president. But these people do. And these people are all telling us it's going to be hell on earth if Donald Trump makes his way back to the White House. We should listen to those people. And again, Karl points out that this individual has not publicly come forward because they're afraid of Donald Trump. They're afraid of his supporters. And I get it. I get it. But at some point, that's a risk I think some of these people are going to have to take. Yes, we all have that instinct for self-preservation, but at the same time, we also have an entire country that could be at risk. If you don't come forward with this information, more than 300 million people could suffer. Thousands could die. I mean, you got to kind of weigh your options there. But at least we know this information now. It'd be great if we had known it a couple years ago, though. Hey, everyone. This is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.